If you ever feel like sometimes you put your foot in your mouth, I know it's happened to me before, and I want to say that in this video I'm going to share with you 3 things that you should never ever say to clients. So let's do this. So first and foremost, the first thing that you should never ever tell clients is make them promises that you cannot keep or that you yourself cannot follow through on. So do not promise that a product will be here by the 6-week mark if that's what the furniture store has told you. You can let them know that as a lead time and as an approximate date, I'm expected to get this within 6 to 8 weeks. Give yourself a little bit of a buffer, but never promise anything, because before you know it, fabrics have been discontinued or something's back ordered, something maybe have been damaged in transit on its way to you or to the client. And it's just never good to make promises that you cannot keep. So do not do that. Number 2, so sometimes I've been in clients' homes and we're sitting there and we're talking and they ask me a question about an accent wall, and I notice that maybe they have an accent wall as you walk in their living room, and I say, oh yeah, accent walls are really good, they're really nice way to pop the fireplace, or you could use wallpaper, and then I've said but what gets really tedious, what I never do is recommend that you do an accent wall in every room, because then it gets pretty boring. And then they take me on a tour of their house, and what happens in every room, there's an accent wall, and I'm like, don't. So sometimes hold your tongue a little bit when you're talking about stuff. Obviously you want to give advice and you want to show that you know what you're talking about, but maybe just be a little bit careful, bite that tongue a little bit until you kind of have a little tour of the house before you start saying too much. Once you've done a project and there may be something that you walk in, maybe your contractor, you may see something and you're like, oh, don't really like that. That doesn't look good. That wasn't what I thought. Don't say that to the client. Don't tell the client, because really the client might be like, oh my gosh, look what they did. I really love it. All looks great. And you're like, that's awesome. I'm so happy. It looks fabulous. And so don't say anything. Don't point out that little thing, because then that's going to bug them. And then they're going to want you to talk to the contractor, or you're going to have to fix it. So what I do is I just keep shum, unless it's a really big problem and I think it needs to be addressed. Otherwise, if it's fine, let's pick our battles, and I'll just pull the contractor to the side after, and I'll say, what kind of happened with that tile job? I didn't really like the way it was cut there, but she's okay with it. But next time, this is how, I would prefer if it could be done like this, or just let me know. Try not to highlight something to the client if it's really not that big of a deal and they don't need to worry about it and it's not really compromising the function or the overall look. Just keep it to yourself, make a mental note for next time, whether it was you that did that or whether it was the contractor, and just talk to them about it. But client doesn't need to know every single detail. They love the space, they're looking at it overall, and that's what matters. So those are my 3 things that I like to never say to clients, or where I have said them before and learned my lesson. So if you have something else to add to that, I'd love to see a comment below. Tell me what you kind of put your foot in your mouth before, or if you have any extra tips, that would be fabulous. I'm Claire Jefford, and I'd love to see you subscribe to my Facebook page, Interior Design Business Strategies. If you're not already here, I will put a link below, and I would love to see you there. Take it easy. Number 2, try not to sofas and love seats and,